Blog Talk Radio.
This episode of Video Marketing Madness is made possible by Aweber. Aweber, the easy way to do email marketing, to build your list, and to keep connected with your customers. If you want to learn more, head on over to raythevideoguy.com/Aweber. And on today's show, we have a very special guest. It is blogger Zac Johnson, who wants to help you become a millionaire blogger too. So should be quite interesting.
Hey, you know, when you stepped away for a second just before the show went on and I was talking to Zac, I don't think we've ever had a blogger on before talking about how to monetize that, how to make money from it.
I don't think so. It's usually, we get a lot of bloggers, but they're more specifically talking about their niche rather than blogging itself. So
yeah, and how to make money doing that. So we'll talk to Zac in a second.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.
It's the online marketing radio show, Video Marketing Madness, with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. You can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Video Marketing Madness. Get plenty of useful tips and news of the week. And there's a ton of the news of the week coming up, so if you haven't liked our page already, head on over there and do that. And if you're not getting it in your news feed, head on over there and just like a few of the stories, and it'll show up in your news feed. Good stuff, good way to keep up. Go to VideoMarketingMadnessRadio.com, subscribe to us on iTunes, and get all kinds of freebies from Ray. Did you know we're doing that? We're giving away your stuff. We're giving away your old car.
Nice. Well, actually, I already gave away my old car. They came and picked it up 2 days ago.
What, did you give it to the Salvation Army or something?
It was to a cancer organization.
Oh, good. What was it? A 2003 Taurus?
It was a 2002 Mercury Sable.
Mercury Sable. I've got a 1997 Mercury Sable. I just got back from the shop.
Nice.
I don't know. It's a source of pride for me. And, it's a station wagon, so chicks dig it.
They do. They love that stuff. I just laugh because, I'm 41 years old and never had a new car before. And, I've just never cared that much, I guess. I don't know. I said, it's just a car, whatever.
What kind of car did you get?
I ended up getting a BMW 328i.
Oh, boy. Yeah, business is good for Ray with the affiliate thing, Zac. He's doing pretty well, as are you with the blogging thing.
Yeah,
Zac. Yeah, we didn't let you talk yet. That happens with us.
It's all good.
Take the gag off of him.
Yeah. We're live Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Join the conversation at 818-369-1423. Ray's video marketing tip of the week coming up at the end of the show.
Woo-hoo.
And, Zac Johnson. Zac's blog has thousands of daily readers and has referred over $5 million in new business to his advertisers and network partners. It's ZacJohnson.com if you want to check it out while you're listening. So that's kind of cool. So, we should probably just get into news of the week because I got tons of stuff. So
let's do it.
Let's news of the week. And literally, I'm playing out stuff like 5 minutes before the show starts. I'm finding these stories popping up in my news feeds. It's just been a real busy week, and we didn't do a show last week.
We did not. That is true.
I was in Illinois.
Illinois.
It was fun.
Okay. I saw the pictures.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was a bunch of old guys getting together for dinner. I don't think I took any pictures of my family having dinner down in Bloomington. I mean, I got a brother that's older than me.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, searchengineland.com. Okay, this story's like 10 minutes old maybe. Google launches shopping ads for YouTube integration with Merchant Center. Today, 10 minutes ago, YouTube announced a version of product listing ads that's coming to retailers' video ads with TrueView for shopping. Product listing ads, okay. Google's shopping technology and infrastructure has been booted up on YouTube, and ads are powered by an integration with Google Merchant Center. The ads are delivered in cards alongside retailers' video ads on mobile and desktop. Clicks on the product ads take users straight to the merchant's websites. The new feature is going to be available in AdWords in the coming months. Though advertisers with a Google rep can start running true views for shopping campaigns today.
Nice. Always fun. We love the advertising.
Yeah. And their reps are good. I mean, you've got a rep, don't you?
I do, yes.
I've had good. I mean, I just do the $5 get some views to my videos, but when I've had questions or something, man, it's like I'm buying a Rolls Royce from them or something. You know, I mean, they really take good care of me.
There you go. That's good.
That reminds me of a bad disco act from the 70s, Rose, R-O-S-E, Royce. I think that was Car Wash. Working at the car wash, man.
Was it? See, I didn't know that. Obviously, I know the song, but...
Car wash. Working at the... Okay. Yeah.
And yes, you would be correct.
RealSEO.com. Videos appear for 55% of Google keyword searches, and most of those results come from YouTube, big duh. But, yeah, 55% of keyword searches. And the only other one, and that's up from 54% a couple years ago. So, you know, I think probably before Panda it was a lot higher than that, like 80% or 90% or something. What'd you think?
Oh, I try not to.
Yeah, me either. But, yeah, well, and then they said nobody else gets in there. You know, the only other one, because I'm syndicating my videos, the only other one I've seen that shows up is Daily Motion.
Yeah, well, I see Daily Motion, and I do see MetaCafe once in a while.
I haven't seen MetaCafe in ages, but you're seeing it, huh?
Occasionally, not very often.
Okay. I've got HydroVid that I bought from you.
Yep.
And it's a nice little software. I mean, because I can't pay traffic guys $100 a month for that anymore, you know. But HydroVid's a nice little plug-in. It works pretty well. I don't always syndicate the videos, but when I do.
It's always nice to get them out there because you never know. I have gotten phone calls from people that said, "Well, I was watching your video on MetaCafe." So it does have a reach. You know, we forget that often because we think of YouTube being the 800-pound gorilla that it is, but both MetaCafe and Daily Motion are like top 50 sites on the planet. I mean, they're way up there.
That's true. Do you think that works for local marketing, though?
I think so. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You know, like I said, I've gotten phone calls from it. So. And
you get the backlinks. You know, I mean, yep. I use that strategy where I take my main video and plug it into the description. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's all about reach. I mean, you know, if you've got 10 videos and you put them onto YouTube, well, you've got 10 possibilities people are going to find you. You put it onto 5 other sites, and now you got 50 more. So it's just a matter of reach.
Yeah, maybe I should do it more often. You know, I think we were talking before the show that I'm lazy. So.
Yes.
I've listened to everything you've said, and I get my videos ranked fairly well.
Yeah, you know, and again, it always comes down to the whole 80-20 principle. I mean, are you getting, for the amount of work you're doing,
Yeah.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You know, and if you can get 80% of your results by just putting it on YouTube and, you know, it saves you time, then, you know, you can get another video up. If you can get 2 videos up and by not doing that, then maybe the 2-video strategy would be better. So, but if you can get it automated fairly well, then it's not too bad.
Yeah, and HydroVid's fun to use, too. And it works pretty well.
Yeah.
HydroVid? That's the name of it, isn't it?
HydroVid.
HydroVid, okay.
All right.
Okay. Hey, Zach, keep it down, will you?
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you guys too much.
All right. Marketing
Right.
Land.
What a bunch of idiots.
I know. You'd be right. Is two guys a bunch? I think so. I think you'd call us a bunch of idiots.
Yes, why not?
Marketingland.com. Google says that how-to searches on YouTube have grown 70% year over year.
Wow. You see, now that was already the number one way, or excuse me, not the number one way, but when it comes to videos on Google, how-to searches have the most likelihood of showing the video, and that's been there for quite a while. So that's interesting to hear that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 91% of smartphone users turn to their smartphone for ideas while doing a given task.
That's true. I did that yesterday. I searched up how to remove the car dealer's goofy tags from the back of my new car.
See, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. That's a perfect example of using your phone to do that.
Yep. I haven't done it yet, but I did look it up.
Okay. Who did this? Okay, they're saying according to a company, and it's not saying who did the research. I probably don't have that page here, but anyhow, somebody did this research. Oh, Google did the research. Okay. 30% of millennials report buying a product as a result of buying these videos or watching these videos. They buy the product. They watch the video. They buy the product.
I see it all the time, so it's good.
Yeah. Okay, this is a story hot off the presses. This is from TheVerge.com. YouTube launches 60 FPS live streaming in quest to take on Twitch.
Interesting.
They want to take on Twitch. They tried to buy them. Amazon had the high bid, so they're going to take them on. And rolling out a key feature to improve its service, live streams that run at 60 frames per second.
I'll tell you, they need to improve their whole live stream system anyway. I do use YouTube Live, the current live streaming system in there, and you know it's nice, but man, it's just such a pain in the neck to set everything up and do it every single time you want to run a live show.
Well, that's part of the reason they're doing it. That's basically what it says here.
And live streaming is becoming a huge deal. You look at the mobile apps, and the big ones right now are things like Periscope, which literally you just turn your phone on and you're live streaming to the world. I mean, so it's definitely a big feature in the future.
Yeah, you basically touched on the rest of the story. I mean, it's for the gaming and for the hangouts.
Well, and I know a couple of weeks ago when the world came to an abrupt stop to watch the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. That no, honestly, it did. And
I know.
Which I don't understand because anyway, that's another story for another day. But that was a big thing. People were using things like Periscope and holding their phones up to the TV and streaming to the world the fight. So there was a lot of issue with that. Is how do they control the legal things like that? So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, searchenginejournal.com. Well, you can't accuse me of not paying attention. You can accuse me of being lazy.
That's right. You pay attention. You've got it down.
The guy that wrote this story, Matt Southern, he looks like a guy I went to high school with, only a much younger version. He looks like Mark Jankel.
Hi, Mark.
Google Phantom update rolling out targeting informational how-to content. Well, but eHow, WikiHow, and Answers.com have dropped like a rock.
Yeah, they just went through a story about how they discovered people are the how-to videos are a big market, and now they're saying how they're trying to...
I know. And in fact, I got that kind of out of order. I meant to read that right after that story, and then all these new stuff came in. Yeah, so the how-to videos, okay, they're up big time, 70%. But the Phantom update is dropping the competition like a rock.
Yeah, well, it makes you wonder sometimes, at what point is it legal what they're doing to some of these companies? It's there's a lot going on in this how-to market. Let's make sure only YouTube shows up.
Yeah, only YouTube. That's the ticket. Yeah,
actually, I'll just chime in on this one. It's interesting because people are realizing when they go to Google and they type in something like 7 plus 11, Google will actually give them the answer right away. And they did that way back when. But now when you ask a question like when was someone born or where do they live, they'll actually take the content from the site that's ranking in that number one position and show you an excerpt of it, so you don't even need to visit that site. So not only are they now penalizing sites, they're also making it so the information is on a website out there, but people can't actually click on it. So they're giving it right away. So they're hurting websites two ways at one.
Wikipedia all the time. You see the little Wikipedia entry in Google itself.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sad. And I know they've gotten in trouble for that before, like the showing the citations information before, from Yelp or whatever, and getting attacked for that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Indeed.
RealSEO.com.
Twitter says we want users to binge watch our video content too. Now, the couple takeaways here, because I've got some of my stories out of whack here, is because so many news stories came in at the last minute. But first of all, it sounds like they're trying to make YouTube the place where you go to get how-to stuff answered, or Google because of the snippets. Is that a snippet? Or just the content that they show?
Yeah, for lack of a better term.
Let's call it a snippet. But now YouTube's getting a lot more competition. Facebook videos, now Twitter videos.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they may do a related videos feature as well, Twitter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm just not sure if Twitter will really compete in that video market, because I think, they will to an extent, but if anything, the sad part about Twitter is that they've seen usership going down, and people like very short, easy to digest things, and video is not that. It requires attention. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the 140 character guy for Twitter, and then if I see a story I want to click on, I do. Yeah, I just use it for news feeds, as I've mentioned a million times before. But let's see. According to Ad Age, Twitter's new related videos feature would appear just underneath a video as it's playing, so kind of like what YouTube's doing. The research, I guess it's from Ad Age, found that 82% of Twitter users will watch video content on the platform, and that's mostly on mobile.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good to know.
41% of Twitter users believe the site is a valued destination for discovering video.
Nice.
Spotify, this is from Bloomberg, Spotify adds videos to music streaming and push for more ads.
No, that's a smart move.
So they're, I guess they're kind of following Facebook and Twitter's lead. That's basically all of that story. I don't want to bore you with the details.
Good.
Because I have a short attention span. SearchEngineLand.com. That came from Bloomberg. Okay, this one is SearchEngineLand.com, and somebody did a story, or somebody did a little research. Well, SearchEngineLand.com, across a bunch of websites, and found that the mobile. What do they call it? Mobilegeddon?
Yes,
Armageddon, Mobilegeddon. It didn't really. They didn't see any difference.
And I've got to admit that in a lot of cases I didn't either, and I think it just has to do with competition, and they got to put something there. And if, what do they say? Like 60% of people don't have websites that are mobile ready. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? You got to show something. So.
Yeah, they look, and in the interest of coming clean on the cross section of what they did, it was 69 different law firms that they picked at random, and they looked at whether it was mobile optimized or not, and it just didn't make any difference.
Well, and you gotta understand too, this is called a penalty. It doesn't mean it's an absolute. It's all part of a mathematical formula that they drum together, and that's just one of the things that they factor in. And I think if your content is better, maybe you'd outrank somebody that does have a mobile-friendly site. It's just a matter of kind of balancing all of those things.
Yeah, well stated. That's a good point. I get $5, Zach, every time I give Ray a compliment. So.
Yeah, that sounds good, Ray. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I expect $5.
Yes, it'll be on its way.
As the rest of the $5, it's never come in the mail.
Well, it costs $5 to mail it. So
that's right. SearchEngineWatch.com. Google to add buy buttons in sponsored mobile search results. These buttons will show up in page search results under Shop on Google, the heading at the top of the page. They won't appear in unpaid results or when users look for products on desktop. When shoppers click on buy buttons, they will be directed to a product page on Google where they can choose product sizes and colors, as well as complete the purchase. If consumers opt in, Google will store credit card info and automatically load it for future transactions. It sounds like they're trying to position themselves as an online marketplace like Amazon by allowing shoppers to save their payment information and facilitate the buying process. Here's the hurdle: customer service.
Well, the issue that they have is that, who needs Google on mobile if you can just go right to the Amazon app or whatever? So they need to compete in that space by doing that. So.
Well, should be interesting. You got any news?
No, of course not.
Okay.
I get all my news from.
And now for something completely different.
And now for something completely different. Poor Zach's been sitting here quietly licking his chops to be able to give us some great information today regarding blogging. So, Zac Johnson, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. It's been great.
So, Zach, tell us a little bit about your business and what it is you actually do.
Yeah, so it's actually a story of 20 years in the making. Back when I was in high school, I started playing around with the internet, figured out how to make money with my own website using Amazon.com and their associates program, getting my own sites to rank in the search results. It was actually a celebrity website, so people would search for celebrities or movies. They'd come across my website. They click on one of those links, get sent over to Amazon. If they make a purchase while on Amazon, I would then get a referral commission from that. So that was working out pretty well. And while I was just in high school, I ended up doing 6 figures in sales with them. That kind of told me I was doing pretty well with affiliate marketing. Then I got into the CPA world of affiliate marketing, and that's cost per action. So I could make money by getting people to fill out surveys or request free trials and whatnot without actually having to take out their credit card. So I did that for about 10 years or so, and in 2007, I decided to launch my own brand at ZacJohnson.com, where I would no longer really be reliant on different companies and really helping other people make money, and I would now focus on helping other people learn how to make money while building my own personal brand at the same time. And so, like you mentioned earlier in the show, that site went on to help generate over $5 million for other businesses, and along the way, it's helped a lot of people learn how to make money online in the process. So since 2007, I've spent a lot of time working on blogs and helping other people learn how to do the same thing.
Nice. See, that's cool. I when it comes to blogging, I have never considered myself to be a blogger. It always seemed like too much work for me. But.
And of course, I'm lazy, so.
Yes. And I say that, just knowing that, obviously I come from a video background, and video was a nice, easy way to get things to page one of Google, and I could generate a lot of traffic that way. And everyone else was blogging, and I just saw that as, man, every time I've done anything web-wise, it's so much harder to get anything to show up. So how did you get this, how did you learn to be able to get these websites to rank well? What was your training with that?
Well, it's pretty much figuring out it along the way. And right now you can pretty much go online and search for how to do it, and people are going to tell you the different methods to use, such as creating great content, linking to other people, interviewing experts so that they can send the same content to their social audience, creating infographics, even using video. It's all about creating better content than what's already out there. And it's not so much about the content creation, it's more about the content promotion, because everybody thinks they can start a blog and make a ton of money, get a ton of people to their website just by writing an article every day. And that's like the last way you want to start a blog. So instead, let's say on ZacJohnson.com, I created a really great article on how to create your first pay-per-click marketing campaign. And that one post in itself generated over $50,000 because it helped a lot of people make money, and they would actually join through the links that I have in that article. It said that I was doing really well with one ad network, and I recommend people do the same, and I showed them how to do the keyword research. So that was just one article that I wrote, and the rest of the time was spent on making sure other people found it. So the last thing you want to do is create a blog and then just constantly write, because nobody's going to find it, nobody's going to want to read it, and it's just going to fall into the mix of the other 300 million blogs on the internet.
So how did you get the traffic?
I got the traffic through other websites linking to it, because my name started getting out there saying, this is a great tutorial. It taught me how to do this. And I would do guest blogs on other websites. That's one of the best ways right now to get links back to your website, through guest blogging. And that's where you would write an article, submit it to another website, and in exchange for your article, you would get a link back to your site. And like you guys mentioned earlier, Search Engine Journal, I wrote an article for them, and it got over 5,000 social shares. So that actually sends a lot of traffic back to my website and brings me a lot of branding and authority, because my picture is shown there as the author. And they're a super huge site, so that gets seen a lot by other people in the industry. And it all comes down to putting out quality content and just letting other people know that you're out there.
Now, the interesting thing, you talked about guest blogging, and we hear about that all the time. How do you get started with that? For instance, if somebody listening right now, maybe they are an expert at, cooking Chinese food, and they've got a cooking Chinese food blog, but it's brand new, and they're an expert, but maybe their blog isn't, people don't know them yet. How do they get involved with guest blogging? How do they find the spots?
Yeah, so let's say someone has a cooking Chinese food blog, like you said. They can go to Google, look up what the top blogs are that are talking about that, go to their website, see what type of content they're actually posting, and then on top of that, they can create their own article and make it really comprehensive to the site that they're trying to submit it to. And before they actually start writing that article, they have to work on the outreach. And right now, there's a ton of people coming out of India and different third world countries trying to sell guest blogging links on other websites. And it's really usually garbage content. But there's an advertiser or a website somewhere telling these people, if you get our link on another website, we'll give you $100. So then us bloggers get emails all the time saying, we would like to give you an article to place on your site. You get a free article, and they're not telling you they're getting paid for it, but that's the reality of it. So you actually have to build relationships beforehand. You have to work on getting one or two really high-quality articles out there. And you can do that by retweeting through Twitter and other social outlets content that you actually want to write for on other websites. So let's say you wanted to write for Search Engine Journal. You should be reading their content, commenting on their site, posting it to Twitter and other outlets through social media, and engaging with them so that they can actually tell that you're a real person. And then one day you send them an email and say, hey, I love your content, and I really followed this article pretty well, and I've actually created a resource of my own that I think your audience would find a lot of value in. And then you might be able to engage in that conversation and actually start writing on their site. So once you actually show them that it's really a valuable content piece for their article, they're going to look through it, they're going to put it through a good editorial process, and then they might actually post it to their site.
Nice. See, I find that very, very interesting, and I know it's a very popular thing to do, and it's just not something that I've ever really attempted to do, although we have done that in the video world, guest posting videos through different YouTube channels, which is kind of the same thing. So that's really interesting. I've recently started to do a blog. finally.
Really?
And yeah, well, kind of. Basically, I'm doing the same thing I was doing before, but as I do it each day, I'm turning it into a blog, and it has a blog role. So it's
your daily videos.
The reviews that I'm doing of products I've turned into like a review blog instead of just having emails going out talking about products. I put it through a blog now, so it's it'll be interesting to see if we start to get some organic traffic through there and whatnot.
Well, you get them transcribed then?
No, I just write it myself each day. I do the video and then I write the article. Or write the review.
I'm impressed.
So thank you. Me too. It's a lot more work.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to give you a business model for this?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so you got your blog. You're already the video master guy. You know that. A lot of other people know that, but not everybody else knows it. So brand this website as you are the authority in getting videos to rank on search results. So slap your name, your face on there. Create an awesome article that says 7 best ways to rank your video on Google within the next week. Everybody goes to this article, reads it, they're like, wow, this is great. And then at the bottom, it says, put in your email address to get the 3 best tips that I can give you right now that will help you rank 4 to 5 positions higher in the next 24 hours. So then people put in their email address, they get subscribed to your newsletter. Now you have them building up this newsletter for let's say you only get 3 subscribers every day, but that's 100 new subscribers on your mailing list every month. So a year down the road, you now have 1,000 people that are really diehard dedicated to what you have to say. And then you actually create a product or you have your own services that you can sell. This is just a very generic idea on how you could do this, but that's how you could be an authority within your space. And to get the more people to your blog, you can be doing this through the videos that you create and rank anyway. But also you have all these podcast listeners right now who are listening, so you can say, all right, I just came out with these 7 awesome tips. The first one is so-and-so, and then you can go to my site and get the rest of them, download this free PDF, get on my mailing list, and then I'll send you the ultimate ones I'm not sharing with everybody else. So that's how you actually turn content into a lead generation system that backs out into money.
Nice. And that's exactly what I've been doing with videos for ages. It's the same exact type of thing except through YouTube instead of through a traditional blog. So it'll be interesting to go in that direction and really try that out with an actual blog article and see what kind of results we can get out of that. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's cool because when you do it in the blogging concept with building a mailing list, like most people when they see your video, they're probably going to see it once and never see it again. But when someone comes to your website, they might potentially come back for more. But once they're on your mailing list, you pretty much have them for life until they unsubscribe. And you can hit that list as often as you feel it's necessary. And if you're going to be providing them with real value, that's someone who's going to really have an authoritative feeling about what you have to say. So not only are you getting people to just see your content once, you're actually building a following in the process.
Yeah, we love that. Email marketing. Regardless of the people that run around telling you it's dead, they're lying.
Yeah, Zach, Ray's big into affiliate marketing, and he's really known as the guy that will, and that's a great idea to review the products because he's really known as the guy, if you're going to buy a video marketing widget, he's already tested it out, and you're going to get something that's going to work. So, nice. Yeah, that's a great extension to what you're already doing, Ray.
So our guest today, for those joining us, is Zac Johnson, a blogger, and you can check out all of the things Zac is up to at zacjohnson.com, and you can get a lot of great information there.
I'm looking at zacjohnson.com right now, as a matter of fact, and I'm looking at the advertise page. Talk about that, because I'm kind of reading through it right now, but instead of me just regurgitating what I'm reading, why don't you tell me what that business unit is and why should I advertise with you?
Yeah, so going back to, you'll see in the testimonials on that page, Neverblue is listed there, and they're one of the companies that I referred over $3 million in business to. And
wow.
That goes back to the original topic I was talking about, where I wrote that pay-per-click marketing guide and told people, do this, do this, do this. So people would join that network, and then they would follow the steps on my website. They would create their ad campaigns. They would make a lot of money, and Neverblue would make a decent amount of money in the process. And I would actually get a 2% commission by sending people to their website. So that's one way to monetize a website, but you can also sell direct banner advertising on your site. You can do reviews of other sites. You can do affiliate marketing. You can create your own products. So I get a lot of opportunities all the time through the blog. And since launching the blog, it's actually completely changed my life and business for the better. Like, for example, last year I was featured in a Hollywood documentary with a bunch of other bloggers where we actually got to fly to California, walk the red carpet, and then it was pretty amazing. And business-wise, there's new opportunities coming in every day simply because that blog is out there. And in terms of getting advertisers, when one advertiser is listed on the site, basically all their competition wants to be advertising on that site too. Not only because they want to compete with them branding-wise, but they know that it's actually converting for their niche audience and somebody else is advertising on it. So once you create a blog, you really have to build it and scale it up over time so you can charge a decent amount for stuff like that and actually bring advertisers in, but the options are pretty much limitless.
And I'm signing up for super affiliate tips right now. So
excellent.
You hear me typing here, that's why. Okay. And okay, now you do a podcast too. I can't talk and type at the same time. So
yeah, I have a weekly podcast called Rise of the Entrepreneur. I've interviewed guys like Neil Patel, Gary Vaynerchuk, a bunch of other big-name people in the industry. And for the most part, these are all people that I have good relationships and I've met over the past 20 years. And I walk through their journey of how they got to where they are today, just really sharing their story. Because a lot of people like to interview people with a set of questions every episode, but I really try and share like the stories that most people don't talk about.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's always, and that works kind of similar to the guest blogging thing. You know, it's getting in with some of the other folks that can bring you traffic back and really make a difference with your business. So we love that. That's
yeah, and if you want to actually talk to these guys like on a one-to-one basis, you could be looking at spending $1,000 to $2,000 per hour. But then you tell these guys you want to be on a podcast, you get them for half an hour, 45 minutes or whatever at no cost, and then you also get to expand out to their market.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great way to do it, and we've found that as well. We've been surprised quite a few times by the people that we've been able to get onto the podcast by doing just that. Mm-hmm. And we sit there and go, wow, okay, this guy's going to come on the podcast. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I've gotten all kinds of great ideas and partnerships and everything else by doing the podcast. Not to mention, I got free coaching from Ray, the video guy, so that's
right. That's right.
Got pretty well. Yeah,
it's not worth much, but that's good.
I don't know. I'm doing okay. You're doing better than me. Geez, you got a BMW.
Well, we'll tell the story of that someday. You'd be surprised.
Okay. It's a new one, isn't it, or is it used?
No, it's used. I've decided I'm not buying new cars anymore.
Well, BMWs, you're probably okay. Do they have that? I'm getting a little off task here, Zach. I do that a lot, by the way.
It's all good.
Look, squirrel. Oh, wait a minute, it's a squirrel out there in the front yard. Do they have that guarantee thing? The guaranteed used cars. What do they call that?
Yep. Yeah.
The warranty and all that. Certified. That's it. Certified.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They do. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So Zach, let me ask you this: when it comes to doing the blogging nowadays, is all of your revenue basically from the advertising that you're getting in there?
No, the blog actually accounts for not too big of a fraction just because of all the opportunities that come as a result of the blog, whether it's me writing for other websites or consulting deals. And I also have another site, blogging.org, which is a private community of over 100 different training videos on how to pretty much do everything I've done over the past 20 years. And it gives people direct access to me. So, again, everything I do these days all comes back to my own site properties, which would be ZacJohnson.com, blogging.org, and BloggingTipsdotcom. So it all pretty much funnels back together no matter what I'm working on these days.
Nice.
Are those membership sites, Blogging Tips and blogging.org?
Blogging Tips is a generic content website, and blogging.org is a membership-based site.
I'm writing that down. I can't talk and write at the same time either, so that's a problem.
No, that's really interesting. And you've mentioned the movie and some of the guest posting. Well, what are some of the other opportunities that have come about just from having such a great blog?
I can even just give you, like, a month ago I was in Bermuda playing golf with Lawrence Taylor and a bunch of NFL players, and that was as a result of back in 98, 99 when I was pushing affiliate marketing while I was in high school. Me and my dad flew across the country to California to attend Commission Junction University, which was the biggest affiliate marketing event back then. And I met a bunch of great people back then, and then I'm still working with these guys and connecting with them every once in a while. And one of those same contacts I ended up interviewing on my podcast. Then we started talking up conversations again, and he had a golf tournament in Bermuda, and he said, well, why don't I bring you on and you can do the blogging and social media outreach for it. So I got to spend about a week out in Bermuda, everything paid for, and pretty much just another amazing opportunity the average person would not have. And I speak at different conferences. I was a keynote speaker in Australia, so they pretty much pay for the flight, your hotel, and everything else.
Jeez.
And I speak throughout the U.S. all the time as well. So pretty much every day is new opportunities coming in.
That's speaking. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely people are getting into the speaking space that never thought that they would be speaking before. And the same with podcasting, because I've never been like that big of an outgoing person, but now I'm on all these podcasts and interviewing people on a daily basis. So it all comes back to not only putting your brand out there, but being better at whatever it is you do.
Nice. Well, that's really exciting to hear, and I agree. I like the speaking aspect of things and the consulting aspect of things much better than some of the other things that we have had to do in the past. So it's definitely a step up in the world as far as time use.
Better than selling your plasma?
Yes, much better than that.
Good.
So, Zach, let me ask you this then. If I'm, now we talked a little bit, in the case of the Chinese restaurant where they've got the blog, but if I'm somebody who is literally just starting out, I'm the high school kid like you were, what would you suggest to them to do to get things started? What would be the first things that they need to do?
Well, I actually outline all of this on blogging.org if anybody wants to check it out, but I can provide a synopsis for you guys as well. And depending on if they want to make money.
Tease our audience a little bit on why they should join that membership site. How about that?
It gives you direct access to me, and it's the easiest way to get where you would be 2 years from now, next month. So
very nice.
Yeah, because you can think about the first time you started a podcast or a blog or doing your video work. How long did you spend trying to figure that out, which now takes you 30 seconds to a minute now? So wouldn't it be better to have somebody there to advise you on how to do that versus trying to learn yourself when it's already someone who's a master who can tell you how to do it in 5 seconds versus trying to figure it out for the first time? So the same thing holds true with blogging. First thing you got to do is set up a domain name, set up web hosting, install WordPress, write your first blog post, and set up a WordPress theme. So that could literally be done in less than an hour. But if you're doing that for the first time, you have no idea, that's probably going to take you at least 2 to 3 days, just because it's mind-blowing for someone who really has no idea what they're doing in this space to actually walk through the technicalities of what is a domain, who am I going to get it from, how much should I pay for web hosting, who's the best web host out there, do I go with WordPress.org or WordPress.com? And these are the most simplistic questions in the world for someone who's already done it. But for the first time, it's like brain surgery.
Oh, try to figure that. How long does it take to figure that out? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, absolutely.
It's always great to have that blueprint. I know that I've gone through those processes many times, and later on said, "Man, if only I had known this at the beginning."
Yeah.
Exactly, and what you think is so simplistic and that nobody would ever want to know, those same people are searching for that same exact stuff every day on Google. So don't think that what you know has no value just because it might seem simplistic to you, but that's just because you're already the authority in your space and you know how to do it so well. So every day someone's going on the internet for the first time, and then every day someone's ordering a domain for the first time. How many people are typing into Google how to start a blog? So there's still a massive audience to cater to.
And for anybody out there, I mean, the big thing I always tell people is you're an expert at something, because in order to be an expert, you only need to know more than the person next to you.
That's right.
Exactly.
You may not be the expert, but to somebody who knows nothing, you are an expert, and you've got value out there. And of course, for the young person trying to get started, I think the biggest blockade, of course, is, well, I can't really do it. Come on, how am I going to get there? What would you say to those people that just think, it's already been done. I can't get out there and do that as well.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, so for someone who wants to start a business blog, let's say they want to do it to make money and in the internet marketing space, but they've never actually created an ad campaign. They've never even joined an affiliate network yet. One of the best ways to do it is to simply start interviewing people that are already out there, because you don't need to be an authority in your space or a genius to start doing expert interviews with people. But guess what? When you have 30 interviews on your website and you provide a podcast to listen to and then an excerpt for people to read on your site, then you're going to start seeming like you're an expert, and you're going to actually know what these people are talking about, because you're going to be building these conversations back and forth. And what a lot of bloggers are doing is using their blog as a case study to follow along in their steps. It's almost like a diary, but it's a ton of value for people that are actually creating their journey of how they want to make $1,000 a month online. So the first month they might be setting up their ad campaign in their blog, and they might lose money for a little, but they're actually providing all the steps that got them to where they are today. So then when they start making money online, guess what they do? They package up all that elementary blog post that they did in the beginning into a guide, and then they sell it on their site for maybe $27 each. But if you're going to have people come into your site all the time and you're already interviewing all these people, doing guest blogs on other websites, giving away free content, you could sell a decent amount of those books.
Nice. Mm-hmm. And and you brought up a great point there about interviewing the people that are the experts and whatnot. I have a friend who was trying to get into something that you used to do, which is the CPA market, and he wanted to learn that. Well, what he did was he found an expert to show him, and he used that opportunity to record the process of him being taught, and then sold that as a product. I mean, it just it was a great way to basically learn for free. Mm-hmm. And him and the other expert made quite a bit of money teaching the CPA stuff just by going through that process. So very very unique way to do that. But I love the idea of getting the experts in there and interviewing them. And if you're a young person, how difficult is it to get in with those people, to be able to interview them?
It's pretty much a numbers game, because eventually someone's going to say yes. And then when you get a few people to say yes, some other people start recognizing those names. And then once someone says, hey, I know that guy on the list, this might be worth my time. And it just kind of overflows. So in the end, it really comes down to the hustle and not giving up. Because the big problem with the internet, blogging, making money in general, is everyone thinks it's easy. And I'll tell you right now, it's not easy. Because if you want to make money online, it's going to take a lot of time. And it's going to take even longer if you don't have any money to really push you ahead. So if you're listening to this podcast and like, wow, Zach knows a lot about blogging, I'm going to start a blog today, but you really don't look at that blog as a business, you're just going to have another blog, so you might as well not even waste your time in the first place. You have to build a business mentality before you actually create the site. You want to take a niche market. Let's say you want to do a sports blog. If you create a sports blog, it's like a 99% chance you're not going to make any money with it, because look at ESPN. Nobody goes to ESPN to buy tickets or buy like sports memorabilia or anything else. They go there because they want sports scores, rumors, and highlights. So if anybody's looking for that online, that's what they're going to find. They're not going to want to buy anything. So you have to niche down that process. And then let's say you go to basketball. Well, that's still not niche enough. We can niche it down once again, do skills training, like jumping higher. We'll stick with jumping higher. So when people go online and search for how to jump higher, they probably want to buy something, whether it be athletic shoes, exercise equipment, or a guide to show them how to jump higher. So then you can create a blog which details how to jump higher, show videos of people doing exercises, and then you can join a Jump Higher training program. They're affiliate programs, so you can already have the content on your website, and you say, okay, this is the best guide out there. If you want to learn how to add 5 to 6 inches to your vertical jump, click this link, buy this guide, and then every time someone buys it, you actually get a commission from that. So guess what? You now have a blog that's providing value, it's making money, and you're not even dealing with any customers, transactions, or have a physical product, but you're still going to make money in that process.
Right. It's all about those niche sites. I love that. It's
I always joke about being lazy, and I am to a certain extent. I think we all are to a certain extent. But really, what I'm talking about is how do I want to be spending my time, and how can I best utilize my time? And then I think that's what you're talking about too, Zach. It's all hard work. I mean, nothing's easy, really. It's all hard work. Just make sure you're utilizing your time in something that you love to do, and that you're good at it, and you got a passion for it. And don't be wasting your time either on it's the old 80-20 rule, as Ray was talking about before.
Yeah, you don't need to spend 1 billion hours on your blog. You just got to focus on creating some really great content. And even a blog with only 5 articles that are really great, that's enough to make some serious money. And instead of just sitting on the couch watching TV for 2 to 3 hours, throw a laptop on your lap and start really putting some ideas together, writing content, doing guest blogs on other websites, because those 1 to 2 hours a day, that can really add up over the course of a year. And just in your part-time, you could eventually create a blog that might be making you $500 a month. It's
amazing what you can get done with a laptop on your lap watching TV, and how much more fun it is to watch TV when you do that. More interesting. Now, I'm looking at a few of your sites. I'm looking at your membership site, blogging.org. How to start a blog in less than 10 minutes. So and it's a membership site, and it gives you some of the membership rates on that site. I'm giving you a little pitch here, Zach, by the way. What's your dog's name?
Foxy.
Foxy. There's a picture of you and Foxy. What kind of dog is Foxy?
She's a Chinook. It's a mixed breed, but...
Oh, okay. She's a cool-looking dog, yeah.
Yeah, she's cool. She's my CFO.
There you go. And then BloggingTipsdotcom. Now, I got to recommend, if you're listening to this show right now, head on over to BloggingTipsdotcom, because there's all kinds of free stuff here, essentially blogs that Zach's written, but free tips, how to get a free domain name and 60% off web hosting. Let's see, Template Monster Review, 50,000 themes to choose from. Why Google Webmaster Tools is a crucial resource for business owners. Just all kinds of good stuff to look at. So a little pitch for you there.
Yeah, thanks. There's actually over 5,000 posts on bloggingtips.com and over 1,300 posts on ZacJohnson.com. And blogging.org is relatively new. There's blogging.org. Blogging.org, the main website, is a tutorial on how to set up a free tutorial how to set up a blog. And then if you go to blogging.org/members, that's access into the paid membership course. And that's usually promoted through mailing lists, which I lead into webinars. So I do thee free hour and a half webinars where I walk people through the process of how to set up a blog and actually turn it into a business so they can make money. And then people that watch that are more likely to sign up because it's more of a higher ticket course.
Yeah. Nice. And then on ZacJohnson.com, resources. Check that out, too. He's got all kinds of...
Now, the big thing I want to bring up here, because you alluded to this a little bit, but I want to kind of get a little bit of clarification so that people understand this. When it comes to time, so if I'm creating a blog, how much time and how many articles should I be writing per day or per week?
It really varies heavily based on how you're going to monetize the site, what niche you're going to be in, and how soon you are going to promote it, because it's about the content on the site, which you could spend the whole month creating a really awesome site, maybe 10 articles that are 2,000 words each, really in-depth and top of the line for what's out there. And that's all you really need to do to your blog. Then you just need to work on the content promotion. You got to get high-quality links that are within your industry to link back to your website. So you can mainly do that through guest blogging, creating infographics, doing interviews with other people, and establishing yourself as an expert, growing out your social media networks, posting all of your old content to your social networks automatically, so that kind of works for you. And it all kind of just comes together. And it's really about having content not only that provides value, but making it a lead generation process as well. So something people also mess up with is they'll create this awesome guide, like say the 7 tips for ranking on the first page of Google with your video. If you provide those 7 tips without a call to action at the bottom, you basically had no purpose in creating that post in the first place, because people are just going to come read it, put those tips into play, and you're not going to benefit from it at all. So you really need to create a blog that has a call to action, has a business model, and a way for you to grow it.
Nice. Well, I agree, and that's very important and a great lesson for those who are thinking of doing blogging or really thinking of doing anything online, is to make sure that you are putting that call to action in there and literally telling people what they should do next.
That's right.
Because, sometimes people won't do that unless you tell them to do it.
And you'd be surprised how many people forget to do that. It's just amazing sometimes.
So, Zach, I appreciate you coming out here today. I know you've got to run out early today, and get on with some things that you've got going on. So we appreciate you taking the time to come and do this today. And before we let you get out of here, anything you want to leave with us at the end, or anything you'd like us to check out, please feel free to let us know right now.
Hey, it's been a blast, guys. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Anyone can find me, go to ZacJohnson.com, or just Google Zac Johnson. I pretty much own the whole first page of the search results for that.
Nice.
So you guys can find me anywhere, and if you want to start a blog, do anything online, focus in on that specific task, because it's way too easy to get distracted. It's very hard to make money online, so keep your focus clear, and shoot me an email if you have any questions. I'll help you out.
Beautiful. And just to clarify for everybody, it's Zac, Z-A-C Johnson. So if you put in a K in there or a C and a K, you may run into some trouble. So it's just A-C, ZACJohnson.com. Well, Zac, thanks again, and we appreciate you taking the time to do that. And have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, that was fun. That was good. I'm a terrible blogger, Steve, and I am looking to improve that.
I'm there with you. And this does interest me. I don't know if I'm going to take action on it or not, but, one of the things I thought about is we could get this show transcribed and turn it into something. That might be a way to monetize the show.
Well, we could. We could definitely do that as well. Or we could take the embedded show and create a blog where some of the content is the show itself, and then just the show notes, which would also be quite useful.
Yeah. But anyhow, those are. It got me thinking about some stuff.
Beautiful.
And if this is something you've got a passion for doing, okay, there's the roadmap for doing it. And the websites, again, are ZacJohnson.com, Z-A-C, 3 letters for Zac, blogging.org, which is his membership site, but you can get tons of free tips, 5,000 free tips at BloggingTipsdotcom.
I will be checking that out. I've been doing a lot of work on, improving some of those little things like that, doing a lot of reading on email marketing and headlines and blogging and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's an interesting time. I'm starting to try and expand some of that out.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, you're a content guy, big time content guy. So you might as well monetize it further.
That is true. We love that. So
I take other people's videos and chop them up and rank them.
Oh, hey, whatever works, right?
Rank them in the suburbs. Hey, it's a great foot in the door. I got to tell you, it's working great.
Excellent.
You tell attorneys you're a YouTube expert, you get their attention. And I've tried other segments, and nobody cares but attorneys. I'm overgeneralizing, but that you know what I'm saying.
Sure. No, I get it. Chiropractors tend to like that too, and oddly enough, dentists to an extent as well. So.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I found. Dentists are hard to get to. They're just tough to get to. I'm not saying don't go after them. I'm just saying they're tougher to get to than attorneys. My experience. Attorneys got a lot more money than chiropractors. Chiropractors are easy to get to, but attorneys, like a PI attorney, one case is $100,000.
Nice.
So I'm not saying don't go after dentists or chiropractors. I'm just saying I found a good niche with attorneys. So anyhow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good niche to get into.
It is, and I like them. Coming from a banking background, I seem to relate to them pretty well. But enough about me. Let's talk about me. That was a joke.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We need a.
Your jokes aren't funny when you got to tell people their jokes. But you got a tip of the week. I need to get a laughter. I need a laugh track.
Exactly. There's a laugh track to use.
Yeah, I don't have one here. We got this thing.
Hey, all right.
You got a tip of the week?
Of course we do.
And one of the tips of the week is bloggingtips.com.
Yeah, why not? It should be.
You want to
get there.
You want to just do that for the tip of the week and save yours for next week?
Oh, all right. We can do that.
Well, hold on. And now, tip of the week with Ray, the video guy.
That's right. So our new tip of the week, and we'll save the other one for next week, and it does have to do with writing, but you'll have to tune in next week to learn how to write better with a secret tool. But for now, you want to learn more about blogging, so we need to head over to BloggingTipsdotcom, which is going to be teaching you all the little secrets that you need to be able to start and run a blog. And, of course, it was created by our guest today, which was Zac Johnson. So check that out at BloggingTipsdotcom.
665 pages of blogging tips, over 5,000 blog entries on this.
Nice.
And it's easy to navigate. It's real easy. Blog interviews, blogging resources. Anyhow, so that's pretty cool.
Exciting.
Exciting. Very exciting. Yeah, this was a good show. I mean, all our shows are good shows. But this was an especially good show. At least I found it very intriguing.
Indeed.
Anything else new in your world?
I think that's pretty much it for this week.
Okay.
I don't have anything else.
Well, thanks to Zac Johnson, How to Make Money with Blogging. We'll get all those websites in the show notes. It's the Online Marketing Radio Show, Video Marketing Madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. Today's show made possible by
AWeber, the easy way to do email marketing, to be able to collect leads, do newsletters, and all that other fun emailing stuff. Check it out now by heading on over to raythevideoguy.com/AWeber.
Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Video Marketing Madness. Get plenty of useful tips, tons of news of the week. If you really want to keep up, that's the place to go. Like it, like a few of the articles that will show up in your news feed. And go to VideoMarketingMadnessRadio.com, subscribe to us on iTunes, and Ray's got all kinds of freebies that he will give you that will help your video marketing business.
Yes, of course.
What could be better? I don't know. I don't know what could be better. Maybe we should just wrap the show up now.
We should. And until next week, this is Ray the Video Guy for Steve Sleeper saying have a productive and fun week.
Adios, y'all.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.